Welcome back to the On Business podcast. With tons of experience in different industries in Canada and the United States, Danielle and Brandon give you real talk, no nonsense expert advice about running and owning successful companies. Here's your host, Danielle Jenkins and Brandon White.
Danielle Jenkins, the holidays are coming. What are we talking about today?
I can't believe the holidays are coming. Like, we've been in holiday mode within the company for the last probably 4 weeks, and it's crazy and exciting, and I just can't wait for the next, 6 weeks, I guess, until Santa comes or the holidays come. So I think today is very important to talk about, because as CEOs, as business owners and company owners, entrepreneurs, whatever you want to call us, our days are crazy anyways. Our lives are hectic, constantly thinking about new marketing and new things to implement within our companies. And I thought that we should share things that you should be doing to prepare for holidays in business or in your business. And if you haven't already started, we are going to give you a little bonus today. I have my own holiday checklist that I follow for our company, that our management follows, just to prepare for the holidays. And we are going to upload that to our podcast website, which is onbusinesspodcast.com in the resources section. And so you guys can download this to help you guys get prepared for the holidays. And I'm telling you now, if you haven't already started preparing for the holidays, get on it this week. Go and download that checklist, and obviously the things that are applicable to your company, use them and get on it, because you do not want to miss out on the busiest time of the year, and a time of year where if you do it right, you can boost your profits and make lots of extra money. So I highly recommend listening to this episode and listening to what we have to say today. So I'm going to share my top 5 important things for preparing for the holidays in business, but there are about 15 other checklist items on that document I was telling you about. So head over to our website when this is aired live, and you can download that episode's show notes and document as well.
Awesome. Why don't you start us off with your number one?
Okay.
It's not actually number one. Is this actually number one as in importance, or are these just all important?
These are all important, Brandon.
Okay.
These definitely all need to be done. Obviously, again, if they're applicable to people's companies or businesses. But so it's not number one in importance. It's number one in the list. Is that helpful?
Let's do this.
Wonderful. So first point, let's just say that I won't say number one. First point, create and have your holiday strategy meeting with yourself or with your teams. So if you're a solopreneur, obviously you need to have this strategy meeting with how you're going to handle the holidays. If you have teams and a company with many employees, you also need to have this strategy meeting. So when I talk about strategy meeting, I pull all of our staff aside. We have our management teams, and we have our on-field or on-site teams, whatever you want to call them. And we have specific strategy meetings with all of them. So how are we going to be able to handle the craziness during the holidays? What are we going to do for better marketing? What are we going to do for better sales? Things like that with each person or each team. Again, make it applicable to your company. And so when I'm talking to my management, we want to ensure that there are no issues during the holidays, because we're so busy. We are jam-packed in our company in the holidays. So what we do within our management is we increase inspections, and we increase satisfaction within our company. And we can get into that on maybe another episode or something. But basically what I want to do is ensure that there are no redos or having to put out fires, because we don't have the time for that. So we want to make sure that our management is on board to be able to guide their teams to make sure that that does not happen during this time of year. Our staff, we speak to them, again, the ones that are in the field, about doing the over and above extras, because guess what? Every homeowner or every client or customer is stressed financially. They have Santa lists that have to be purchased. They have Santa letters they have to do. They have Christmas baking. They have so much to do in the holidays. And so they want to make sure that every little thing in their life is perfect. So we want to make sure that those things are being done perfectly, and we do not want to add that extra stress. So we talk to our staff about going over and above, doing that extra little one thing for them, handing out the Christmas presents to the clients and all of those things. So every company is going to have a little bit of a different strategy meeting, but you definitely need one with important points to be able to get through the busy time of year.
I like that. And the only thing I'm thinking as you're talking is my list. And if you are listening to this now and haven't done the meeting, you've got to do it. I think sometimes what happens is you, as a business owner, you get down deep into the calendar year, and it's just so many things start piling up that you can forget about this. So it's always good to delegate this, quite candidly, to someone on your team that can run this program for you, and you can have regular meetings so that you can go through these checklists.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And we do. Within our company, we have Samantha, who runs our residential division. We have Danielle, another Danielle, who is a manager in one of our teams. And so we all kind of work together, and they talk to their team. So I don't constantly have to do it, but they know what needs to be done, and they know what our holiday strategy is for sure. So that is the first point. Second point is create a marketing plan. This should be done, I'm talking end of second quarter, mid third quarter at latest. When I'm saying this, we're talking promotions, additional things that you can do within your business or company to make your profits better. And so Brandon and I were touching on these points prior to our recording here. And Brandon made a good point that a lot of, say, service-based businesses may not have busy time this time of year, or they may not be super busy, or they may not need to boost profits or have a means to boost profits. And I said to Brandon, but there are ways. And so we've done an episode on this before when we've talked about working with current trends or what is happening with consumers. And so if you're in the landscaping business, for example, maybe you're not going to be super busy around Christmas like a company like mine, which is house cleaning, because everybody wants their house cleaned for when Santa comes or when party guests come over. So this is the time when you offer gift certificates. You offer, if you pay for a whole month of landscaping up front in December, you're going to get this gift, or you are going to get this. There are so many cool things you can do around the holidays to market your company so you don't get thrown to the back and you're still making money.
I think it's a great idea. The only thing I was thinking that I would throw in there as an idea is, as you're doing the planning and you're doing the reach out, the one thing that we found was that during this time, everybody is doing this, and whether they're doing it during this compressed holiday period. So it's very easy, your message, to get lost in the inbox. A lot of people send emails. I've done that too. And something is better than nothing. I don't know about you, Danielle. At the end of the year, when I get all these things, I just go through them. It's just, yeah, thanks. I mean, I don't mean that. Thanks for the message, but you're in a sea of thank yous in that way. So what we have found is we actually will send people Happy New Year versus Thanksgiving and Christmas. Mm. And that way, there's not a lot of people who do that.
Right.
So if you can, I'm always looking for a way just to stand out in some way from the crowd, because you are going to have this noise. If you decide not to do something like that, then something is absolutely better than nothing. And a little bit of thanks. One is you should do that. Two is it is helping your customer retention, which it's easier to keep a customer and upsell a customer than it is to get a new customer. So that's what I had to say on point number 2.
I agree. And just to add on to that again, like you said, everybody sends out, buy this, get this, do this, BOGO, blah, 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 blah. So this is a time to reach out to your existing client base. Again, if you're in a service business like landscaping, unless you live where Brandon lives, I don't even know if that's the case. Like, I know here we have so much snow, nobody's getting gardening or grass cutting in the wintertime. But reach out to your client base. Again, optimize on those existing clients, give them an awesome deal at the holidays so you're still boosting profits. They're still remembering you. Everybody's going to come back to you next year to cut their grass as of May. So say if you pay for May 2023 up front, you're going to get this as a Christmas thank you, whatever it may be. So there are very creative ways that you can, or very creative things that you can implement into your business to still make sure you're boosting profits, you're still having a revenue come in, especially at Christmas, because it's such an important time of year and for every business and every company. And if you're not making money at Christmas, you're doing something wrong. And this is why we're harping on this now, because you need to get prepared and do it now. So point number 3 is order more inventory. And with that, it may sound just like for product companies. So for us, we are a service company, but we do also have a product base or a product portion of our company. So we order so many more supplies for our operations. We order so many more products for Christmas sales. We order more of everything. Reason being, you do not want to be stuck in a time where post or deliveries are intense and you run out of supplies to do your day-to-day operations. That's a number one for us. We want to make sure that we have more of our day-to-day operational stuff along with our extra sales that we're going to do at Christmas, because lineups are huge, sale processing times are huge, and we don't want to miss out. So we start ordering more operational supplies and inventory to get us through the holidays. We usually do that in October, like beginning of October, if not end of September. So it's something to always think about. So if you are in service, think about that. If you are in products, it's a no-brainer. You're going to need way more inventory to get you through the holidays, because 9 times out of 10, your sales are going to be increased if you're marketing properly. So it's definitely something to remember, is order more inventory. And on top of that, also, your wrapping, your boxes, your ribbons, your whatever it may be. Like, again, we order our client gifts in September for December because we don't want to miss out on that. Because if I was to email somebody now to order our client gifts, we're probably not going to get them until February at this point. So again, be on top of it, order more inventory, supplies, products, whatever you are going to need for the holidays well in advance.
Yeah, and this will be implemented for people who are listening and haven't done that for the following year, but you could call a little audible here and still order this week and have something for New Year's, which would be totally acceptable to send the week after New Year's to people, and you would stand out. Well, number 4.
Number 4. Holiday staffing schedules. This is super duper important. Every company is going to have a different holiday staffing. Brandon and I were laughing earlier because in our company, December is the busiest time of year for us. Again, everybody wants their homes cleaned, their businesses cleaned for holiday parties, whatever they may be doing. Just because they're going to be home for a week, between Christmas and New Year's, they're going to want their house cleaned every single year. Christmas is insane for us, or the holidays are insane for us. So holiday staffing for us, we actually do a blackout period in December. So this is part of our employment agreement, and we prepare our staff that we do not accept any vacation time or days off in December. Obviously, if there's a doctor's appointment or an emergency, of course, nobody's going to get reprimanded for that. But the reason we do that is we're so busy in December, we cannot, just like my number 1 point, we cannot have people calling in or, taking a day off, just to take an extra long vacation weekend or something like that because we're so busy. So in our employment agreement, we prepare our staff that in December, it is a blackout period. However, we are also off from Christmas until the new year. Paid vacation for our staff for that whole week. They've worked their asses off. They deserve it. And they need to spend time with their families because a lot of companies don't encourage that. That's something that we encourage here within our company. So whatever your holiday scheduling looks like, you need to prepare that again ahead of time. We are already prepared, done for December, and we're only on the 4th or the beginning of November. So we are already planned for December, so we don't get screwed there. We don't want to wait until mid-December to be able to do this and then get screwed for Christmas. So be on top of your holiday scheduling well ahead of time. Brandon, what does that look different for you guys in the engineering or media?
I think the customer service part, but I say everybody has to figure it out with their team, basically make sure that you're covered. But some businesses do this. You can say, hey, look, there's no customer service or reduced hours during holiday because of this. I think the main thing with anything people do, and the reason that people get negative feedback, maybe for you when you take off the last week in December, which a lot of companies do, is companies don't communicate to the customer. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that customers won't get mad that they can't get their house cleaned the last week. We're using Danielle's company here as an example, a domestic Tiva's cleaning company. I'm not saying that people might not be upset that they can't get their house cleaned. But if Danielle puts a letter or the email that goes out or the person who answers and says, hey, look, totally get it. I want my house cleaned too. Our people have been cleaning houses all year, and we value family values, and we want them to actually spend time with their family. So maybe we can do a mini cleaning, or maybe we can't do it at all. We understand you're upset. We're really sorry. Give them some coupon or some sort of thing that can make them feel better. All I'm saying is it's not about customers being upset or mad. It's about customers not being irate and leaving. Mm-hmm. You can not agree with something, but if you understand it and there's a real reason behind it, people generally say, I don't like it, but I get it and live with it. So that's not on topic to your point that we're covering, but is just about communication. If you communicate to your customers and you explain things and I don't mean write a wall of words in a paragraph because they won't read it. Mm-hmm. I'm saying I don't mean dumb it down. You need to spend time to get it into 3, 4, or 5 sentences. Yeah. So that people can read it, and they will read it, because people will not read a wall of words. And then just communicate. Yeah. And if you communicate, you'll be surprised. Like I said, you're not going to, they may disagree, but hopefully they disagree and understand. So that's my tip.
I'm going to add into that, Brandon, because you made a good point there that I didn't even think about. But so what we do as of October, at the beginning of every month, we send out a company newsletter to every single one of our clients, past, present, current. As long as they're subscribed, they get this newsletter. So in October, we start putting out preparation for the holidays. So October 1st, it goes out and it say, hey, here's fall, happy October. But just as a reminder, in December, we are closed from December 24th until January 2nd, 2023. If you are currently scheduled to have service that week, whether they're on a weekly, biweekly, or monthly service, we will be reaching out to you to figure out something for you. So then what we do the first week of October, we look at the schedule for that week and we figure everything out. We send the clients an email and we say, hey, you have a scheduled cleaning this week. We are going to put you at this day, or do you just want to skip it? Like, we give them options. And most of the time they'll say, oh, don't worry about it. I'm going to be home with the kids. It's going to be messy anyways. Don't stress about it. Or, yes, I'd love a back-to-back service the week prior. Please put me in whenever possible. Granted, we do have some clients that are saying, oh my God, I did need a service because I'm having family over on Christmas Day, so I need a clean Boxing Day. And that's when we would add to your point and say, unfortunately, we are closed. Our staff do deserve Christmas and holiday time with their family and loved ones, so we will see you in the new year. And they always understand. We've never had a client that leaves because of it. They just like to push and see how far they can go.
Yeah, they're always going to do that. So that makes complete sense. And hopefully that's useful to you listeners out there. And it goes across any type of company.
Yeah, for sure. And you just have to adjust it for your specific business and company. So if anybody has any questions about that, please feel free to email the show and we can kind of help you with that if you'd like. Because it is applicable to every business and company. It just depends on how you do it. And there is a way to do it for all businesses and companies out there. So with that comes my fifth point, not number 5, but fifth point. This is the most important, I think, in my books. Organizing your holiday party. So this is a big thing that we do every year for our staff. We show how appreciative we are of their hard work, how valued they are. Again, hard work throughout the whole year. And it's Christmas time or holiday time. Everybody needs a vacation and a little bit of a party. So we actually do our holiday party November 30th before December because December is so busy. So it's just a time to give them a little bit of a break the crazy time in December. They get to have a lovely dinner. We do a get together with dinner, prizes, gifts, giveaways, and you can make it as extravagant or not as you would like, but please do something for your staff. And Brandon made a point about what about remote workers? Well, last year, because of COVID, we couldn't do an in-person party. So we actually did a Zoom Christmas party. So we got gifts for all of our staff that got sent out or delivered to all of them pre-party. Then we all went on Zoom and we did a Zoom escape room Christmas party. So we got split up into teams and we did our Christmas party that way. So it was a lot of fun. Everybody opened their presents on Zoom together. Everybody had their little treats that we gave to everybody from this great company that does gift baskets. There's so many options out there. And if you don't want to spend the money on extravagant gift baskets, guys, you can do it yourself. Go and buy a box of Lindor chocolates for your staff and give it to them. But you definitely need to do something in type of a holiday party or get together.
What was the name of the company that you got the gift basket from?
We did it. I can find that and we can put it in the show notes.
We'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so people have a reference if they're in Canada. I'm sure maybe it ships to the US too, because finding that stuff can be hard. There's a lot of people who offer it, but some of these things that come after you order it just quite aren't what they look like in general. But so yeah, we'll put that in the show notes. So can you give a quick review of the 5 points? They're points for listeners. You can grab Danielle put this together because she's great at processes and systems. And quite candidly, all your businesses eventually need to get to SOP, standard operating procedures, but you can download that, links in the show notes. You can grab it and you'll have it and be off and running, and you'll have it for this year to help catch up. And next year you'll be able to follow it. So in summary, Danielle, what are the quote unquote top 5 things preparing for the holiday season?
Okay, point 1, holiday strategy meeting with all of your teams and staff. Even yourself, if you are a solopreneur, you need a strategy meeting pre-Christmas and pre-holidays. I'm talking September. Number 2, create a marketing plan and promotions on how you're going to boost profits during this busy time. Number 3, order more inventory, supplies, whatever you need to operate your business or increase sales. You need to order more. Again, probably end of Q3. Number 4, holiday staffing schedules done, arranged, and discussed with your staff and customers ahead of time. And number 5, organize a holiday party for your staff, whether it's Zoom, in person, a dinner, an event, a game, whatever it may be. Make it a holiday party or get together for your staff. And I just want to add one little bonus tip, Brandon, for everybody listening. Guys, I know this is the busiest time of the year. Everybody's pulling their hair out, preparing for the holidays. But as CEO of a company, I do want to say, please embrace the craziness and the chaos right now. I'm a very busy woman and very involved in the company at Christmas time. I'm involved anyways, but at Christmas time, I love being involved in preparing client gifts, company get-togethers, holiday parties, whatever it may be. A few years ago, I got all of our management together and we were at the office. We had holiday music on after hours. We had wine and we put together over 500 client gifts together. And I loved it. I loved every part of it. And everybody says, oh, you're CEO. You don't have to do that. Please delegate it. You know, give yourself your time back. I love doing that stuff. And seeing mountains of piles of orders that people order that are making you pull your hair out during the day, be thankful for them, embrace the craziness, and enjoy this time of year.
It's a great episode, great tips. Again, these aren't all the tips. Danielle has this awesome checklist for the holiday season that you can grab. She's making it available to you. Check out the show notes or the description and you can get it. Danielle, have a good holiday season. But I'll see you actually before and during the holidays.
Yes. Check out the download, everybody. I promise you it will help you during the holiday season to help you stop pulling your hair out. I do promise. So thanks, everybody, for listening and enjoy your holiday season.
Bye, everyone.